Oh, you know what? I think I decided after this series, I'm going to take the White Sox to win the AL. How you feel about that? You frozen? Oh, I forgot. You think I'm mushing the White Sox.
I'm going to cuck chair chat.
It's like I don't think we. I bet the under and faded Messi with Krabs. This is fucked.
What makes a finger blast a reversed finger blast?
How about I just show you? I went like this on my comforter. I was like pointing down. I'm going to gift you a sub right now. It's $5.99. I'm going to pay it. I did it from the Book It Twitch. So Book It just paid for it. Are you standing or sitting? You want me to comment on? I'll comment on fucking everything. I'll comment on the glare and the TV in the background.
I fucking hate hardos, dude. I hate hardos. All the fucking people in your comments about the lattes, and they're so fucking cool because they drink black coffee and fucking IPAs. Oh my God, I hate hardos, dude.
Back in the biggest of ways. Check, 1, 2. How do we look? How do we sound? Is everything groovy on your end? Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Board Review. It's Jeff Sunday, your host. I am running solo, hopefully for the last day. Steak is on his way back, but Steak, like myself, is running into some travel issues. And big heads up, if you're listening to this and you plan on going somewhere along the East Coast within the next few days, you might want to get a little creative. There are some serious storms just hovering around the entire East Coast. I don't know how I got out of Charleston yesterday, but I did. Thankfully, it was very. We got a little lucky, I think, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But either way, W Hat, thank you. Yes, I've needed to up my hat game. I've needed to up just my appearance in general. Like I said, I wore my Bad Bunny shirt last week on stream, and everybody really liked it. They were like, wow, good shirt, nice shirt. Where'd the shirt from? Blah, blah, blah. So listen, I'm not going to tell you where this shirt's from because I tweeted about it. No free ads on the Book It Sports Twitch channel. No free ads. But I again, you can go to my Twitter. You can see where I got this new polo. Holy shit. I am not kidding. Probably one of the most comfortable shirts that I put on in my life. So had to purchase it without hesitation. Don't even ask me how much it costs. I said, put it on the fucking Visa. And we'll figure it out later. Anyways, good to see you. Flying Florida to Boston Thursday night. So I think this is actually when the storm starts to vanish a little bit. I think starting today, like literally within the next few hours, we're going to start getting hammered with rain. It's going to go through tomorrow. It's supposed to end tomorrow afternoon, but still scattered. And then I think Thursday is when we get out of the shit. But Friday is like the first, I think, actual good day to fly. So I think hopefully Thursday night should be fine. If I was a betting man, which I am, that's where I would put my money on to maybe start to get a little better. So you should be okay, hopefully. But yeah, Steak is coming back from it's raining today through like Tuesday. I think you meant Thursday. DC, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Dude, we got rocked last night. What does that mean? Oh, with rain? Yeah. So it was. I'll tell you about my airport experience yesterday. It was pretty crazy. I had the captain of the plane come out and talk to him for a little bit, which was great. He was a good captain. Yo, Jeff Sunday, hot dude today. W's okay. It was E3. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. This is why sometimes I can't read the chat because you guys are having conversations with each other. Then I try to jump in and it just distracts me and deters from the quality of the show. So I'm just going to lock in for a little bit. How about that? I was going to say good morning. You should go on TikTok and give weather advice like NFL Sunday sit and start advice. Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe I will. I do need to fire up the TikTok live a little bit more than I have in the past. I got to do it with just random things, but it's hard. Today should be a little bit of a lighter day for myself. Had a nice corp call in the morning, got some emails in the afternoon. Tomorrow will have to be, I don't think it'll be a short stream. I should be okay. Everything is in the afternoon and the evening, but we'll see if the weather complies. Because if it doesn't, then I'll have to call some audibles like Peyton Manning at the line of scrimmage. Hovey, you are first. Good to see you. Dawes, what's up? John Q. Disturbia. I love John Q coming in here with that. Yep, about unking time like that. Good to see you. Slackbacks, what are you doing on Twitter? Only Casper with a 330 stream streak. Look at that. Book it, goat. That is right. Sonny Dutchy is just ahead of him at a 245 stream streak. Holy shit. That's a lot of watching on this channel. But where else would you rather be? I mean, all day you've got action from the board review to the BTL and to the app. Is there a app today? I'm just kidding. I'm just busting balls. Rav, if you're in here, good to see you. Who else is in here from the Book It community? Is Trent up and moving nice and early? Is Trent up? Is he at the gym? I know Trent gets up early and he hits the gym. Love to see that. I was, let's see. So I'll tell you a little bit about my weekend. I was in Charleston. I tweeted about it. I got a nice new shirt. I got a nice vintage hat. Went to a great vintage store. And then I got delayed at the airport 6 hours yesterday. Made it into New York. Traveling today is going to be an absolute bitch. And then I want to talk about some things before we get into today's slate. I need to get up to speed because I have been tapped out. I think I did a really good job. I went to with my wife. Took my mom for her birthday to Charleston. So we had a good time. We had a good time. It's a great city. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then there was something else I wanted to talk about. LeBron to the Sixers happened while I was gone. We need to discuss that a little bit, although it's probably better to wait for Steak to get really in the weeds on that. Oh, but it's like there's not a whole lot to say about what it does to the Sixers. Obviously, it's a good thing. I'm not even a big LeBron guy, but I'm not going to sit here and fucking Skip Bayless you and tell you that it's not. Like, I don't think they're the favorites to win the championship, but it's certainly going to be hard to get past Philly in a best of 7. There's something else that was a little weird about that with him not living in Philadelphia, which I kind of want to touch on, but I really want to have a conversation about the Savannah Bananas at some point. So it's 10:13. I'm going to give you a good show today. I'm going to give you the best that I've got. Hopefully you're strapped in. I could use some contributions and some help. I am a little tired today. Not banged up. I had a couple vodka Sprites in the plane. I didn't get drunk. And I sat at the airport for 6 hours, did not have an airport beer, believe it or not, because we may have had to drive. I was so fucking tempted having to have an airport beer, especially when you're delayed. But it was like, hey, if we don't get on this plane, we're not flying tomorrow. We got to hit the fucking road. So we would need to start yesterday. I was like, shit. It was pretty tough because I'm telling you right now, I think there's not many things in life I enjoy more than drinking at an airport, as crazy as that might sound, but it is just by far one of my favorite things to do. And I enjoy drinks on the plane as well. Look at this traveler. What's up, Big Cheesy? Mans is going to wear the shit out of the Avs hat. Yeah, I got another one for you though. Oh, you know what? I wanted to ask you about another hat I bought. I'm having second opinions on. Holy shit, I missed the boys. We need some football talk soon. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Great fit today. Thank you very much. What's up with airports lately, man? Seems like a shit show. Yeah, it has been. It absolutely has been. But no, not Lulu. Not Lulu. I tweeted it, Cornfields. I know you got my noties on. You should have seen where I got the shirt from. If you take start sit advice from Jeff, you already lost. That is true. How was Saltwater Cowboys, Jeffrey? Funny story about that. It started torrential downpouring as soon as we got there. Actually, let me just take it back for a second. You know what? I'm making a cup of tea. Let me get my cup of tea poured. And I'm going to be there he is. God relatable. What's that from, Rav? Which part is relatable? The hatred of Savannah Bananas from people is so funny. Just take it for what it is. Well, it's not even necessarily that it's hatred. I've got a really good way to break this down because I'm trying to. I've always told you. The airport beer glaze. Yeah, I got to say, Rav, I think you do a good job in content, and I like that your airport beer review idea. But from the start, even before I really got to know you and followed you on Twitter, I could tell you are a genuine airport beer appreciator, and I really like that about you. I think it says a lot about somebody. No, we're going to talk about the Savannah Bananas, and I'm going to keep it fair and balanced. Okay, again, you know that's always something I try to pride myself on. And I tell all these fuck sticks that come in the Twitch chat, just keep it 100. Okay, you want to have a run and a pass game. You don't want to just go out there and pass the ball 75 times. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a balanced attack. So I'm really trying to look at this like from both lenses and both sides. Glass half full, glass half empty with the Savannah Bananas. And I think we can do a pretty good job at that because I don't want to come off as being a hater. But there's some things I want to talk about. Okay. Recap, Snowman. Good to see you. All right. Everybody's coming on in and piling on in. Let me get, I don't have to pee, so I'm not going to lie to you with the pee break. Let's give you a Jeff fell asleep graphic real quick. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to pour this cup of tea and then we're going to get started.
Guy starts late, already has a break. Roy Chelsea. Julie Jones.
What'd you say, Goots?
We start late and there's already a break.
Hey, did I forget to hit go live on the show, by the way?
You did. I had to do it.
I saw that. I hit the intro and I didn't hit go live. And then it said like my mouse was hovering over it and it looked weird. And then I was like, oh shit. And then it went live without me doing anything. And I was like, W fucking Goots. Okay. How's your Goots? That's right. Okay. Where do we want to start? I think I want to start by talking about Charleston first. Let's talk about Charleston. And then I want to talk about Savannah Bananas. And then I want to tell you about my flight experience yesterday in the airports and the shit show. And then we'll start talking sports and in the board. Also, we've got the MLB trade deadline like right around the corner. We got to talk about some things there. And we will look at the board and we will talk sports. But I'm just letting you know right now, this is a courtesy. If you are only here to talk sports, this is not going to be the show for you. This is not the show for you. Okay. Go do something and come back maybe in an hour. Come back in an hour. I think that's fair. All right. So I went to Charleston. Again, my mom, my family isn't necessarily like the most cultured, which isn't a bad thing. But we're simple, simple people. Growing up, I told my wife I don't even think I've ever had an avocado till I met my wife. But my mom hadn't even been on an airplane by herself until a few years ago. So, but she's great. I mean, she is like a lot of fun, open-minded, curious. Like, what do you want to do? Let's do it. I'm down for whatever. You know what I mean? Like, wind me up. Let's go. All right. You know what we're going to do? I really think my mom would like Charleston. It's going to be your birthday. Let's go to fucking Charleston. Let's do it. So she came up to Charleston. My wife and I went down to meet her. And when you go to Charleston, when you go to like smaller cities, small airport, we'll talk about that in a second. I am a plane geek. I'm a plane nerd. So we're Delta people. I'm looking on Delta. A lot of the planes and the flights that go down there are I think I've told you guys, they're like CRJ 900s. They're really tiny planes. They're like three. I think they're like one on the left, two on the right. I'm not anti that. I've flown that to Cincinnati. It was just fine. But they have, they're Boeing. They have, I'm an Airbus guy. So they had one Airbus that flies. They did this actually the same thing with Dallas, which was so crazy. There was an Airbus A220-300. It's a smaller Airbus, but it's newer, which I like. And I don't know if you saw my picture on the way down. The bathroom in the back of the plane had a window, which I'd never seen before. A windowed bathroom on a flight. Fucking awesome. So flew down there like a Friday afternoon-ish. We got an Airbnb, which, by the way, Charleston, they've got good hotels, but great Airbnb town. We got an Airbnb. We got this old house, a little outside of like the proper downtown, but not too far, about a 20-minute walk, short Uber. And I mean, this Airbnb was awesome. Like kind of what you'd expect when you see these old houses and you go in there, but it's modern, but it still has maintained its character and its charm. I couldn't recommend, again, being a hotel guy, but having experienced a lot of Airbnbs, I think certain cities are Airbnb cities. Charleston is an Airbnb city, in my opinion. So great Airbnb. Got in. We went to a restaurant. I tweeted about this. Let me just tell you a little bit about that situation. The 7:30 restaurant reservation, table not ready till 7:55. I can't emphasize this enough. I'm a very respectful person. I am. But like at the end of the day, I am going to just speak my mind, tell you how it is. Not really going to sugarcoat a lot of things. My wife has a short fuse. She's Colombian. That's what happens with Spanish women. But for the most part, we're together. We're very respectful, nice people. And we've got this dinner reservation. We get there at 7:29, which already my wife is usually late. We have this grace period that she discovered in Napa, where all the restaurants in Napa, if you have a reservation, they give you a 15-minute grace period. So like all the wives there were like grace period. And then it was like, hey, let's get a grace period to the grace period. It's like, no, you've got 15 minutes. We're not getting a 15 minutes in addition to the 15 minutes. So let's make it within 15 minutes. If we get somewhere early, it's a big deal. So we got there at 7:20. Jeff got him a Sofia Vergara. Very funny. 7:29 for a 7:30 reservation. We walk in. And the hostess is nice. She really is. Hey, the table's not ready yet. Let me see if I can get you a spot at the bar, or in the tavern, wherever it was. Okay, no problem. Like, we're thirsty. We're fired up. It's night one. Let's have some drinks, right? Well, she's going in. She's looking around. I could tell she's like, shit, this isn't how I would hope things would work out for them because there's nothing available. Okay. She like talks to another server. Kind of looks like she's trying to figure something out. Takes a few minutes, comes back, is like, hey guys, I'm so sorry. There's actually nothing available at the bar. There's nothing in the tavern. Like, we're really tight right now. So we'll just try to get your table ready as soon as we can. All right, whatever. No big deal. 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by at 7:45. They look again. Still nothing available. All right, we'll just sit here and stand here. Then it's 7:50. And for whatever reason, from when you get those 15 minutes, like I said in my follow-up video, like, I think the customer gets 15 minutes. I think the restaurant can get 15 minutes. You can't plan for everything. It's not like a movie when you know it's going to end and you can clean the theater and fire it up the next showing. I get it. But from when 7:45 to 7:50 happened, like that 5 minutes, it's like things went into overdrive. It's like, all right, come on now. Like, let me know what we're doing here. Still nothing. Okay. 7:55. That's when we start to get a little cranky. And that's when I sent that tweet. And they came over, the hostess came over and said at 7:55, I've got seats at the bar for you. Okay. But we dropped the check off at the table. They should be done in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right, why am I going to go get situated at the bar if the table's going to be ready in 5 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, it's great that there's seats at the bar for us to like sit down because we're just standing and maybe even get something to sip on. We're very thirsty to get water. You know what I'm saying? But no, it wasn't at Hall's. But you get what I'm saying, right? We're going to get situated at the bar. We're going to tell the bartender what we want. He's going to start making drinks, and then we're going to go to the table. That doesn't make any sense. So I said to the hostess, and I was like, up until this point, she did everything she could do, and I get that. I was like, listen, if it's going to be 5 minutes, we'll just wait another 5 minutes. It's already been 25 minutes. I was like, but it's not going to be another 30 minutes, right? And this is what she responded, and this is where I got a little pissed off. She was like, well, we don't kick customers out of our restaurant. Listen, nice lady, younger, I get it. That's probably the answer that you are just programmed in your head to say, right? Like, we don't kick people out of our restaurant. I get that. But also at the same time, here is my question. Esto, you're right. That's the thing in the South. Everything moves slower. You're right. And in California moves slower. But here's my question, though. At what point do you say to somebody, hey, we need this table? Like, I've never worked in a restaurant. I'm sure some of you in here have worked in a restaurant. I just don't know. No, I didn't go to wherever you're asking. Sorry. 30 minutes past close? No. I used to work in a bar. And in the bar, we had VIP tables. And when those VIP tables come in, we tried to get people to book early, so we'd give them a discount. You come in when we open, 9 o'clock till midnight, you get a bottle you get 2 bottles for $100. But at midnight, we have those VIP tables booked, and somebody is coming in and buying bottles full price. So they're getting 2 bottles for $300. You understand what I'm saying? At midnight, you get your check, and it's like, hey guys, sorry, but like, we have to go. I just don't really understand at what point at a restaurant you probably should insert some like firmness and sternness of like, hey, we need this table. Because this is the thing. The customer, if they really wanted to, in their head, they could say, oh, we're paying customers. We got here at 5:30, 5:45. If we want to be here for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, they're not going to kick us out. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. I've done a 3.5, 4 hour dinner. My wife and I, for our anniversary, our 10-year anniversary, we went to this place in England. But guess what? We were the last reservation. We were literally there till they fucking closed. You know what I mean? They don't need the table. If you go in at 5:30, 5:45, you have to know in your head, like, oh, there's a fucking prime time spot wave coming in. They need the table. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough situation. I absolutely get it. It is a tough situation. But in my opinion, I think it's the customer's fault. They put the restaurant in an uncomfortable situation. But the restaurant at some point has to kind of step in. That's what I think. And then these guys, I told you in this video, these guys, they probably did what they could to like hint, hey, can you pay your tab and get the fuck out of here? They walked out, and as they were leaving, they were like, oh, if it wasn't so good, we wouldn't have stayed as long. Bro, yeah, everybody likes the restaurant. It's good. The food's good. The drinks are good. The service is good. It's a great place. That's fantastic. It doesn't mean you could just go there and be there for fucking 5 hours. Like, that's just not how it works. I was very happy to see, for the most part, when I tweeted this, everybody was aligned. Everybody was in the same situation. But the one thing that, like, I want it to be clear is I'm not anti-restaurant. I'm not anti-servers or hostess or anything. You know what I mean? I'm not shitting on the restaurant in this situation. What I'm trying to say is I think we all need to come to an understanding, because the reality is this: there has to be some sort of self-awareness. You know what I mean? And there's just not. There just isn't. And that's the unfortunate thing. And you are realized when you go to the fucking DMV or when you go to an airport or security, like, people just don't know how to fucking act. People don't know how to behave. So at some point, I think that, like, listen, it is okay for bars and restaurants to kind of abandon the customer's always right and say, hey, listen, guys, this is how this machine works. You know what I mean? This is how this works. I think it's okay to tell people what they don't know or what they're not realizing. I'm okay with that. And I just think we as a society need to kind of get away from, like, being so scared of upsetting someone. But also at the same time, it's like, I know you don't want a bad review. Nobody wants a bad review. Nobody wants to piss anybody off. But we got to keep this thing moving. We just have to keep things moving. And yeah, that's great. You came in here, you had a nice time, you spent money, but you can't back shit up. You know what I mean? You can't back shit up. If you're a server, you want people to leave so you can make more money. Exactly. Not even if you're a server. If you're the restaurant yourself, you need the fucking tables to go. And here's the thing, dude. Like, I can't imagine being in, if you guys ever, I know people aren't like pro TikTok and you think TikTok's stupid. The internet is what you make it. Social media is what you make it. If you go on TikTok and you watch fucking, like steak, like these fruit AI videos, it's just going to rot your brain. If you go on and you just watch, rage bait shit or like super extreme political people, you're just going to go on there. You're going to get mad. You're going to hate everybody. And you're going to want to get in fights and shit. You can go on there and get yourself educated. There's some really bright people who talk about like behind the scenes shit. And that's what I love. I'm fascinated by like what it takes to start a business and get it operating and all the challenges that people face. There's a lot of people in Brooklyn and New York City that talk about on TikTok. I think it's great. Talk about what it's like to operate a business. And there was a really good thing, a good story of how like there's like a $45 rotisserie chicken or like a half chicken that somebody started serving at this restaurant. I think it opened in like somewhere in Brooklyn. And like, I think a food critic shit on it. But then these people that run restaurants came out and they said, hey, yeah, I know it's really expensive and it sucks that a half chicken has to be $45 and it sucks that we have to charge $30 for burgers. But you know what that burger costs? You know what labor costs? You know what the rent costs? You know what the taxes cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit costs money. So I just think it's not even about the awareness of like, oh, let's get the next group in so they can get seated comfortably. Have some respect for the business. They got to make money. People got to make money. The servers got to make money. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I just thought I was really happy to see, again, the feedback, because I saw I Will already came in here and said first world problems. I'm sure he's probably joking, but like some people were saying that like first world problems. That's stupid. That is just stupid. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. The dining experience in general is huge. It's one of the best things to do as you live your life. Going out to a good dinner, going and eating, and that 2 to 3 hours is very enjoyable. Whether you got kids or you don't have kids, it's incredible. And it's also good for everything. It's good for the economy. It's good for jobs. You know what I'm saying? You understand this? So like this kind of conversation I think is helpful and important. And what I'm trying to do is shift the blame and the responsibility from the business owner to the customer. Fucking assholes walking out there, like I said, look like they were in fucking Dude Perfect. Oh, well, if it wasn't so good, we wouldn't have stayed as long. Shut the fuck up. So anyways, quality food is definitely worth the money. Yeah. So the first world still has problems. Hate that saying. Yeah, I do too. It's a very, very lazy saying. So anyways, now let me just tell you about Charleston. If you've never been, you really should go. The only other place people keep telling me that I need to go that I've never been is Scottsdale, I believe. Not Phoenix, Scottsdale. So I've never been. I know it's like a popular bachelor party destination, but even people have said like, oh, you can go with the guys, you can go with your wife, doesn't matter. Charleston is a really big bachelorette party destination, which I guess I knew. I think some people do have their bachelor parties there. It's a city you could do anything. You really can. You could do anything. You could go there and you can have it. Somebody just said this, commented on my tweet, and I agree. I think I even said this myself when I was walking around. I was like, it feels like a cleaner New Orleans. New Orleans is an awesome city. I love New Orleans. I got nothing but great things to say about New Orleans. But if I had to say something bad about New Orleans, it is kind of dirty, you know? Like I remember we went to a bar there in the French Quarter and all of a sudden we're just sitting there and a big fucking roach crawls over our table. And it's like Louisiana. It's the South. It's hot. It's humid. These water bugs, you can't escape them. But man, Charleston is like New Orleans, but clean. And people say this about Chicago. Chicago's like a cleaner New York. Sure. But like, dude, the people were so nice. The Uber drivers were awesome. They're so helpful. They like talking about the town. Very diverse too. A lot of different types of people that were living there. The food scene is incredible. The bar scene is solid. And the touristy stuff, like I said, like you can do it. You don't have to do it. And it's big. You feel like it might be this just like little small nook. That's kind of my one knock on Savannah a little bit because people compare Savannah and Charleston. I like Savannah a lot. Came pretty close to moving there. It's kind of like small and confined. I'm not saying it's like 3 blocks, but Charleston felt like wherever you went was cool. And then it's like, oh, if you want to get out of Charleston, you can. You can go to the Mount Pleasant area. You can go to James Island. You can go to these other areas. Really, really liked it. Really liked it. Degen, have you ever seen the show Southern Charm that's set in Charleston? It's actually goated. No, I have not. I haven't even fucking heard of it. I haven't even heard of that show. Carolinas are nice. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the Carolinas are a bit underrated. I am starting to think that. And you know, when I went to Raleigh a long time ago, I think I told you my wife and I we used to drive up and down a lot, and we stopped in Raleigh. I remember seeing a lot of construction going on, a lot of cranes and shit, and I was like, man, Raleigh might be booming. And that seemed like a place for North Carolina. You know, it's a little bit different, I guess, because it's not right on the coast, but it seemed like Raleigh was kind of booming a little bit. I think Wilmington is a pretty nice spot, but man, the coast of the Carolinas, they've got these nice little islands. They've got these nice little towns. They've got great people. I was just really, really impressed, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. And we had stopped in Charleston one time a while ago. We're like, oh, this is great. We got to come back. Very glad I went back. Super pro Charleston. And then we went to Vern's. I think I showed you this. I'm going to show you a picture of the steak. I'm going to tweet a picture of the steak. My God, Vern's was an unbelievable restaurant experience. It really was. Everything was unbelievable. I had these things. They're called pole beans. They're like green beans. It was one of the more creative dishes I think I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not kidding. Like even traveling to like Europe and shit like that and trying food from everywhere. They're like green beans, but there's all this random shit on it. You take a bite and the flavors are insane. They're just insane. And I had that drink. Somebody asked me about it. The Cafe Obscura. Unbelievable. Unbelievable with that rum, the bitter. I'm not even a big bitters guy. The espresso. Unbelievable. But here's what I've learned. You know what? If you think a steak is too big, it's not. 37-ounce porterhouse special. Get it. If a restaurant ever has a 37-ounce porterhouse, I mean, you got to be with more than obviously yourself. But the bone is involved. I didn't think about that. So really, it's like 28 ounces of steak. But let me tell you, when you get a good steak like that, it's so smooth. It goes out. It's just like butter. And it's just, you just can't stop. You cannot stop. It is fantastic. If there is a steak special at a really good restaurant, you have to say yes to it. Diet starts Tuesday. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know Ballroom Trenty. Nothing beats a great steak. Yeah. Oh, I thought the beer was really good. I thought all the beer in Charleston was really good. I had a couple local beers, Island Coastal. I really enjoyed that. So anyways, big Charleston fan. Highly, highly recommend it. Went to this vintage store. But I want to ask you about this real quick. I got this. My wife picked this one out, by the way. Go Dogs. This one I really liked. Fun fact, when I started to watch hockey, it was Patrick Waugh that really got. I liked the Colorado Avalanche. So I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. Little nostalgia there. How about the Dogs? Huh? Go Dogs. I might be a Georgia guy too. Another another vintage hat here. 47. Good brand. Oh, look at that. I forgot to take the sticker off. No stupid fucking stickers on the top of the hat. Back in the day, you know what I love about these vintage hats? They were worn like this. None of this stupid fucking sticker bullshit that everybody wears. And even my guy Steak, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all you. Take those stupid fucking stickers off. They look like shit. All right, but let me ask you a question. I bought this hat. I was kind of in the zone. Onward Reserve. No free ads on the Book It Sports channel. Fresno State Dogs. Yep. Is this hat a little douchey? Be honest. Be honest. Run the damn ball. Is this a little bit like egg salad at the Masters? Be honest with me. I was kind of in the zone. I went to the store, Onward Reserve. There was all these good, like these shirts and these outfits, these Southern outfits for, Tennessee and Georgia and Ole Miss and whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to buy any of these. But I got this hat. It was the first store we went to. I was feeling it. I needed a hat too. Kind of look, this is kind of like how this looks like a Trent, right? And that kind of how like Trent wears his hat. Am I doing that right? Maybe like that. How's that? That's a little bit, right? It does actually look good backwards because it's very open right here. So sometimes when I wear a hat backwards, you just see my forehead. This is good because you can see my hair too. You know what I mean? But I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and accept it now that I think about it. Is run the damn ball slightly douchey? Please let me know and be honest with me. So that's what I purchased in Charleston. Yeah, good Trent hat. Hey guys, I bet on football. Very funny. You think so? Hold on, let me see what some of the comments said. Trell J hat. That's hilarious. Jeff Sunday, old ass would wear that hat. Okay. Shrink the game type of hat. Oh boy. Nah, run that bitch. All right. You belong in an SEC frat. Okay. Mikey Overs hat. Yes, it is. Will Compton ass hat. Okay. A couple of Mikey Overs hat comments. Every day on the show, you should wear a new throwback item you bought. Well, okay. Jeff's okay. I look like MJ's dad. That's very funny. Also huge Patrick Waugh guy, W. Brinks. Hella douchey. Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad I asked. It just makes me think of Sandra Bullock. Really? Why is that? Oh, from what's that movie? Blindsided? We're at the age where we can pull that hat off. Okay. I took Kirk Cousins to win MVP 4 years ago type of hat. Yeah, sure. Very D-Gen mantra hat. All right. You know what? It's a little bit more mixed than I expected. I thought you guys were going to rain down with telling me that hat was douchey. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it in my pitch mix. And we'll see what happens. Where did I want to go to next? Somebody asked me about tipping the flight attendant. So let's talk about, no. You know what? Let's talk about the Savannah Bananas. So the last day poured and we, we're running around. We try to find this bar. There's a place called Hyman Seafood on King Street. It's packed. King Street is packed. So like, fuck. So we just slide into this bar. I think it was called Matador. It was kind of like a Mexican restaurant. It was good. It was good. I ate way too many chips and salsa, by the way. I'm chipped out. Great. Everything was good, but I am chipped out. So yeah, well, here's the thing, Trenty. I would leave the bar, to be honest. You couldn't leave the bar. It started pouring. So everybody was just going into wherever they could. We got a booth. We got situated. I got a margarita, the Cadillac margarita. I like that Cadillac margarita. Although I was drinking beer all day. I had a great beer drunk. I really did. Charleston drunk is great. I used to say that pasta full wine drunk was my favorite before I started getting acid reflux in my early 30s. I love drinking wine. I was a big wine guy. Red too, not white. Big Pinot guy. I like it dry. But anyways, I'm sitting there at Matador in this Mexican restaurant, and we get drinks. We're having some chips, having a nice time. And there's this one TV on at the bar. It's not really a sports bar, but they had a TV, and they have the Savannah Bananas on. And the Savannah Bananas are in Wrigley Field, and they're playing some team. I didn't know who the team was. Wrigley Field is packed. It's packed. It's like the first inning. The game just started. And I just couldn't help but watch some of it. I wasn't like locked in, like sitting at the bar watching it like this. still, with family or whatever, like having conversation. And it's not like I got like distracted, like, hey, but at times I would focus my attention on the Savannah Bananas. And I would see how the game was played. I really have not watched a Savannah Bananas game. I would see the crowd. They would pan to the crowd. So little gin drunk in Charleston is a vibe. Yeah. Tums doesn't help you. It does. Yeah. I had a couple Tums. It helps. But you still get attacked. Here's how I want to have this Savannah Bananas conversation. I want to have a glass half full and a glass half empty. That's how I want to talk about it. Okay. Who in here, let's start with this. Does anybody in here like the Savannah Bananas? And if you do, you probably aren't going to say it. So that's fine. Does anybody in here like the Savannah Bananas? Has anybody in here been to a Savannah Bananas game? Going in August? Okay. Yeah. Can't stand it. Cornfields, why are you asking where? Never watched? Okay. Not a whole lot of people. Are they like the Harlem Globetrotters, but in baseball? Not a bad idea to sell tickets to get kids to watch. Yeah. What is the question? Cornfields in the question. I said, do you like the Savannah Bananas, and have you been to a Savannah Bananas game? Only understand if you have younger kids. All right. Let me just get ahead of it. I'm not a Savannah Banana. It's hard to say that. I am not a Savannah Bananas guy. However, I'll say this. I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to be a hater. I'm going to try in life to be a little bit more understanding, let people like what they like, and let them have fun. Everybody's different. We're all wired differently. We all have different interests and hobbies. If you're not hurting anybody, why do I care too much? You know what I mean? But they're not for me. They're just not. And let's talk about the good of the Savannah Bananas, okay? Someone said the Harlem Globetrotters. Yeah, kind of, but also not really. The Harlem Globetrotters I never really watched, but the Harlem Globetrotters would go play basketball, and they would do a bunch of tricks. Yeah, they would dance and shit like that. It's basically like a circus. It's kind of a circus. Is it a circus that I like? Not necessarily. Have I been to a circus? Yeah. But it's WWE in baseball. It's a great way to put it. There's all these different ways to kind of describe the Savannah Bananas. Here's why I can't shit on the Savannah Bananas. I don't think that they necessarily chose this. I don't think they ever really knew that they were going to get this big. So it's not their fault. Think about where they started. They started playing baseball in Savannah. There's nothing going on in Savannah. There's no sports in Savannah. So they start putting a show together because, let's be honest, like single A, double A, triple A, whatever the fuck it is, like it's probably a little boring unless you are a diehard baseball guy. So they're like, you know what? Let's add a little fucking flair to it. Let's do some dances. Let's throw the ball in between our legs. Let's do a cartwheel before we touch home plate. I don't know. So people are like, oh, this is fun. I like fun. Sure. So get more and more people coming to see the Savannah Bananas in Savannah. Next thing you know, I remember years ago, I have a buddy who lives and works in Savannah. And he's like, hey, if you want to get a ticket, because my wife and I would come to Savannah a few times, like, let me know, but I need to know ahead of time. Like, sure, we'll go to a Savannah Bananas game, see what it's all about. I just can't believe, I guess what I can't believe is how they went from that to being this popular. And this is the fascinating thing. And this is the part where I'm like, it is a little Disney adultish. Okay, it is. And it's like, if you live in Orlando and you have Disney passes and you go to Disney and you have kids, no beef. I get it. It's a nice thing to do with your kids. I think there is a time for everyone to grow up a little bit. And like, if you like things from a certain age, cool. I get it. Like, I liked sports cards when I was a kid. It's not really my thing anymore. People are obsessed with them. They are obsessed. Like they're and there's a value and an investment aspect. I understand all of that now. I get that. But I think we grow out of things a little bit. Like you really like Star Wars, you grow up, maybe you have a couple Star Wars things around the house, maybe you have an R2D2 thing, whatever. But like, if everything you do is Star Wars and you dress up as Star Wars and you act like Star Wars, like, not my thing. Not my thing. The rise of the Savannah Bananas, I think, has merged Disney into sport. You get what I'm saying? There's that childhood fun, and now these baseball players are characters, and you've made it so it's like it's theater, right? It's theater. Star Wars hard on chill. I got no beef with Star Wars. I like Star Wars when I was a kid. 4, 5, 6 are better than 1, 2, 3. I can tell you that. I've seen almost all of them. I haven't seen the last ones. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a kid and you're watching Savannah Bananas, no beef. My one question is this. If you like the Savannah Bananas, because the Savannah Bananas are still playing baseball, do you also like baseball? Or do you only like the Savannah Bananas? That's what I'm curious about. I am a little curious. Is any point of the actual game fun, or do you only like the theater aspect to it? A little curious. Chill on Revenge of the Sith. Okay. If you only like the Bananas, you are not a baseball fan. Correct. Rude bets with a raid as we're talking about the Savannah Bananas. Fat Wang says both. Okay, cool. So here is my question, because there's a good thing and a bad thing. And here's what I'm going to get to. I kind of want to have a little bit of an understanding and see where you guys are at. Table of 104, please wait 30 minutes like Jeff in South Carolina. Very funny. Yep. I think they only like the antics for the most part. Okay. So here's where I'm at. Here's the good at the Savannah Bananas. You ready? The good is I think it introduces people to a sport that they would have no interest in watching if it wasn't for the Savannah Bananas. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people, myself included, growing up, did not like baseball. I thought baseball was boring as fuck. It was the only sport I never played. It was the only sport I did not play. I played everything. I love sports. I never watched it. I never cared about it. Then I got a little bit older and I started to appreciate it. I started to understand it. There's a game within a game. You know what I'm saying? I think the rule changes definitely make a huge difference. But I think the good is that the Savannah, I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. Just bear with me, please. The Savannah Bananas are introducing all these people who would, without them, have no ounce of giving a flying fuck about baseball. And at least seeing what it's like to throw a pitch, run around the bases, hit the ball, swing the bat, So maybe you get that, and then it kind of bridges people to become involved in interest in the actual sport. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Cuck Sunday, very funny. It's a fun thing for kids, and it does promote baseball at a base level. You're not wrong. Thank you very much. So you kind of understand what I'm saying. Now, here's the bad. That's the good, okay? I just made a case for the good. Let me make a case for the bad. The Savannah Bananas could really dilute, and potentially they could dilute sports, and they could really harm society. Come on, you can't tell me to stop it. I just sat up here, not being a Savannah Bananas guy, and made a case for why the Bananas are good. Have fun. Go see WWE. Go see the fucking theater in a sport form. You know what I mean? And get introduced to a sport you may have never once sat down to think of. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Savannah Bananas football team loading. Yes. Hear me out for a second. I think that this is a pretty good take. Really going to piss off a lot of people comparing the Bananas to WWE? No, I don't think so. We're making the case for the Savannah Bananas to be a terrorist organization. I kind of get what you're saying, but do you really think the Bananas audience would sit down and watch regulars? I think that they might. where they were at some case they never would. And I mean, like, I don't know, dude, 10% of them, 15%. But bro, that's a lot of fucking people. There's millions of fans now, you know? So I just made a case for why the bananas might be a good thing. Let's make a case for why the bananas might be a bad thing. What might happen, okay, is now a lot of other people, everything is a copycat league. Everything. Sports cappers, all they do is copycat each other. Social media, content, stock market, you fucking name it. You know what I mean? What if now you see this business model that works? And what if you're, well, yeah, real sports is cool, but what about the sports circus? What about sports theater? You understand what I'm saying? What if all of a sudden, like he just said, the Savannah Bananas come to football? And you could compare them to the Globetrotters. I do not think they are the Globetrotters. I don't. And then we've got, it's not brain rot because it's fun, but nothing is serious. Nobody cares about the wins and losses. They just want to go out there. You want to hit a ball, and then everybody starts doing the fucking Macarena or the cha-cha slide or some other Fortnite fucking dance that I've never heard of in my life. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about the sport. It's just about the theater. And what if that starts to become the popular thing that spreads? You know what I mean? Tell me, if you guys have ever seen the movie Idiocracy, and if you have, you can't tell me it doesn't feel like a little bit that we are getting closer and closer to Idiocracy becoming a reality. Tell me with a straight face, you don't think the Savannah Bananas could fast track us to Idiocracy? Tell me. Because back in the day, what do we have? Vince Lombardi, Dick Butkus, Mike Ditka, The Fridge. We've been Idiocracy. No, I don't want WWE promos in our national sports. You understand what I'm saying? It's becoming that. Jeff and the Savannah Bananas in the Scuba. Yes. If people keep paying money for them tickets, then yes. I think the Orange Clown getting us there quicker. That's very funny. I read that not knowing it was a political comment. Savannah Bananas. Yeah, exactly. They're about to take over the gambling markets. All I'm saying is the Savannah Bananas might take us to Idiocracy a lot faster than we ever thought was possible. That's what I'm saying. It could really happen. Because when you're watching that, there is nothing you give a fuck. You don't care about the hits. You don't care about the stats. You don't care about the score. You don't care about the result. You just want to see guys get up there and do some fucking backflips, do some fun dances, get a little creative, run around on the field. And that's it. And it's theater. And then it's kind of like how TikTok started. Everybody started was like, hey, use this app. Well, I don't know what to do on TikTok. I don't really know how to be creative or do any research or whatever, or actually like talking to the camera. It doesn't matter. Just press record and start dancing. Think about it. Whose cousins weren't fucking, I didn't know what TikTok was until my 10-year-old cousins were putting the fucking phone on the mailbox and doing these, following these fucking dances. And that's all they do. It's going to come to sports. It's going to come to sports. Will Jackie Bradley Jr. gritty across a plate? That is very funny. Yeah, Bananas first 5 plus a half. Dick Butkus and The Fridge would pass for some random football team characters. Didn't know better. Thank you very much. I could be on the Savannah Bananas if I was hitting the Renegade in 2020, shaking my head. But anyways, I'm not necessarily a hater. I just think that it's going to be curious to see what the next variation of the Savannah Bananas are in sports. It's coming. What's it going to be? I'm telling you, they are sitting around right now plotting and scheming these things because money talks. And do you see them selling out fucking Wrigley? They're selling out 100,000 seat stadiums all over the country. You can't get these tickets fast enough. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. Anyways, ATB might have to go. Jeff, maybe you should go hit a Bananas game for content. Not a bad idea. Why is fucking Cornfields telling me that I need to go just going to create more and more participation trophy kids? Sadly, you kind of understand what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. I did not know if that rant was going to land at all. It's just something that was in my brain from watching it and then thinking about it over the past couple of days. But I think for the most part, a handful of you understand what I'm saying. And I think it's going to be a curious situation to monitor. Jeff, think about it. There's going to be a lockout next summer, and all we will be. Thank you. I'm telling you, get ready. Get ready. The Savannah Bananas are not going anywhere. And pretty soon you're going to get the fucking Charleston pineapples, you know? you're going to get the fucking Newport apricots. It's going to be all over your fucking TV. You just wait. Dude, Savannah is hard to say when you say it 100 times. It's Savannah Banana because it kind of rhymes in the V and the B. You know what I'm saying? The Indianapolis Clowns. Well, it's not even about that there's already 6 teams. It's that there's going to be teams in other sports. What about Live was a failure? What about a Savannah Banana Golf League? Think about that. You get fucking all these YouTube golfers together and you get a golf league. I mean, it's already kind of started. That's harmless for now. Just wait. The Ontario Oranges. Yep. You guys understand what I'm saying. What's worse, the Savannah Bananas or the WNBA? I can't sit up here and shit on the WNBA because that is the quickest way for me to get some haters because I'm not even going that route. Anyways, that was my Savannah Banana rant. Make it figure skating. Exactly. New VC fun loading. Exactly. It's already loaded. Major Fruit Baseball and Major League Baseball. Happy Gilmore is just the Savannah Bananas jersey. Exactly. Jewel break. All right. Let's take a quick piss break and let me see what the fuck Cornfields won't shut up about. Dude, Cornfields. The Rays have expressed interest in trading for Tariq Skubal. That's been talked about for over a week. What are you talking about? This is what you were blowing me up for. Sometimes I think you are one of the smartest guys in here, if not the smartest guy in here. Sometimes I think that you turn into Chewy doing bed flips. Nothing against Chewy, but what are you talking about? The Rays have expressed interest. They have been talking about Skubal going to Tampa for 2 weeks. This is what you were blowing me up about? This is such a we landed on the fucking moon moment. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I can't wait to see what happens in the trade deadline. The Rays are absolutely making a move. The question is, who are they getting? You know, we talked about that with Jovan. I don't know. I love Skubal. I really do. Are there Detroit Tigers fans in here? Corn hyped up Wheeler, and now he's cat meat. Yeah, listen, this is a beautiful example. God, I love having Phil's Utley in there. Phil's, can you do me a favor? I cannot lose you. I cannot lose you. Okay? You got to stick around. If I ever piss you off, you need to come. You need to send me a DM. You need to stick around because you keep everybody honest. That's right. Everybody acts like I'm the mush, Trent's the mush. No, nobody else fucking opens their mouth. You guys open your mouth, the same shit's going to happen to you. Wheeler this, Wheeler that. Cat me. No, yeah, I did. I watched a little bit of it on the plane. Yeah. Tigers need to trade Valdez. You should get a Sirius XM radio hour. What does that mean? Like I should have a Sirius XM radio hour? I probably should. 2 hours is a long time to fucking sit here and yap by yourself. Thank you, by the way, on that note. Thank you for tuning in. Rude Bets, thanks for the raid. Rye Guy with a stream streak. W. Jeff, appreciate it. Brady, who's your favorite Avalanche currently or all time? Gabriel Landeskog. Big Gabriel Landeskog guy. Ange, 2157, subscribe for 4 months. Appreciate it, Ange. If you are if you're in here on Twitch, make sure you follow the Twitch page. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Like and sub. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got some things to talk about. I want to talk about. I don't really know that I need to talk so much about the trade deadline because we don't really know what's going to happen. Why are the Nationals minus 140 after they lost? Yeah, let's get into the board. Let's take a quick break. Let me recoup. Let me shut it down. We'll be right back after these messages. Oop, one selected. That's not what I want to do. There we go. All right, be right back. By the way, take this piss break graphic off. I mean, come on. See this fucking jacket? You see this jacket? So this store in Savannah, honestly, if you're into that kind of stuff, might be worth the trip itself. Forgot the name of it. You can figure it out. Or I can tell you. Now, maybe I'll hit them up, actually. I'll see if there's a promo code. No free ads. That's how I'm living nowadays. I'm too old. No free ads. No, but in all seriousness, I was like, hey, do you have any, I was like walking around the store. Everything that I liked was not my favorite team or wasn't my size. And I was like, do you have any Orlando Magic stuff? He's like, oh, I got one jacket. I was like, that's it? Yeah, one thing, massive thing, one thing. He's like, yeah, but it's from like the Penny and Shaq era. So it's really good. I was like, oh my God, please fit. A little snug, but good enough. I'm rocking the shit out of that. Not even gonna. Oh, thank you, Knicks fan. You're a real one too. You've been around a long time. I appreciate it because you keep it honest as well. Heat. Get out of here, Chico BV. Fuck the Heat. My over under is $250. No, that was $150. Can you believe it? Hats were $39.99. That was $150. Pretty good deal. I thought it was going to be more than that too. Can we get a little Jackson Coivin ticket appreciation? He's saying the jacket is Heat, you old hag. Oh, thank you, DC. I need you to stay around too. And everybody stick around. I don't know where Alan Dims has been. He's probably taking baseball off, which is too bad. He'd be loving it. I'm up here watching fucking Jared Jones and Christian Scott. Who am I going to get my eyes on tonight? I can do it. How funny is that Brunson and MPJ video? Dude, very funny. Very fucking funny. But also not really surprising. Not surprising at all. I don't think people should know who the fuck Michael Porter Jr. is either. And also, fuck the Nets, dude. Fuck the Nets. What did the Nets need to come to New York for? Fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah, Chase Burns bump day. Tubbs, thank you. So Jackson Koiven, 21 years old. Hell of a golfer. Tosh Bradley night, we'll talk about it. Hell of a golfer. Felt really good. And you know what? Go figure. We talked about this, but every time I increase my unit, I never win. $1,000 on England. 150 on the mall, 200 on this, 500 on that, whatever. I usually bet. Koiven was like 36, 37 to 1. He's my top guy on the board. I usually bet like $35 to $50, and I did $25 to win like $950, not even $1,000. First time I did that, of course it wins. First round leader, by the way, Ben Coles. Don't forget that either. Shout out Ben Coles. Usually do like $10, 75 to 1. I did 5. That one hit. It's just so funny. It's so funny how that works. And one thing I can do is talk about, like, I think I can relate to sports bettors, not even talking about like how to bet and how not to bet, but just like the things we've gone through, the ups and the downs and everything, experiences. I've been doing this a long time. I have been sports betting since I was 18 years old. I mean, 21 years. It's crazy, dude. That's a long fucking time to be gambling on sports. I can remember so many stupid wagers. You know what? We didn't talk about this the other day. You know what I did one time? I'll never forget it. We went to Steak and I went to this bar downtown Orlando. Our friends ran it. It used to be called the Poorhouse. It was a great bar. It shut down, but we were watching. I want to say we were watching. I said I'll never forget. I've already forgot it. But we were watching a college basketball championship game, and I bet on the final score to be odd. Do you know you could bet that? Have you guys ever bet that? The final score, even or odd. That's right, Dump Snow's ball. Yeah, they had a great chicken sandwich. Best chicken sandwich downtown. I did get food poison from their salad one time. Okay, yeah. Bet sucks. The bet sucks. You think it's fun? It's not. You don't give a fuck until the last 20 seconds. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I did that bet one time. I'll never do it again. It's fun, sweat, even odd. No, it's not. It's not. You're not. The whole game doesn't matter till the very end. Stupid. I like race to 10, race to 20, first quarters, alt line, shit like that. Exact score margins. I've always been a big exact score margin guy. But I'll never forget. I'm telling you, I'll never forget the betting $25 a game, winning. And then it's like, oh, well, you got a hot hand, you should press. And as soon as you up your units, whether you up them by 50% or whether you double them, it's just, I have just not had success, a couple of times. Sure. Which is funny. Actually, come to think of it, my largest wagers I've ever placed, I've actually had a really, really good success rate. I'm not even kidding. The biggest bet I ever made in my life was a NFL draft prop. I think I've told you guys this story before. Under quarterbacks taken in the first round when it was Pickett, Malik Willis, Matt Corral. Was one other guy that everybody was Desmond Ridder was hyping up. The number moved from like 2.5 to 3.5. Everybody thought quarterbacks were going to get taken. The under was like minus 260 or something. I was like, I don't care. I think I got about $4,000 down on that bet. I opened up offshore accounts. I almost drove. I was in Florida at the time. I almost drove to Mississippi, to Biloxi. I was like, I need to get as much money down on this as I can. It's a fucking free wager. Before that, my biggest bet, I think, was almost like $2,000 on under Kyle Pitts draft position, under 5.5. I think he went 4th. Big bets. Andre Vasilevsky one time. I was with my buddies, actually. Chef Timbo Slice may or may not remember this. We were fantasy football weekend in Orlando. Maybe it was in Orlando. He was playing the Maple Leafs. It was the Leafs Lightning. This was a couple years ago, and Vasilevsky stood on his fucking head. I think he allowed 1 goal, but it was like over saves, under goals allowed, under Leafs team total. Big one on that one. That was probably around like 30 units. But anytime I go 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10 units, I cannot win. Lower the fucking wager amount in golf, and it strikes. Jackson Koiven, thank you very much. It wasn't even about the dollar amount. It just felt so goddamn good to get right on a golf outright. First time since January 19th, 2025. Shout out Sepp Straka. I looked at my Pickett, W Pickett. Make sure you download Pickett. Okay, great sponsor. But I looked at my performance history. I looked at golf all time. When was the last time I won a golf outright? Boom, right there. Do you think that's coincidence or some sort of actual psychological effect? We've all been there. I really don't know. I don't know what to attribute to, because I don't want to be the guy that tries to make it sound like it's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it seem like that at all. But yeah, I've just had some really, really bad luck with like the 10-unit plays. Just have. But anyways, I thought for the most part, I was really, really impressed. I was out for a lot of Sunday, but I came back and watched a little bit of the back nine, or most of the back nine. And then I saw some of the front nine too. I thought for sure Scotty Scheffler was going to take it when he went birdie, birdie, birdie. You remember that? I think it was on holes 10, 11, 12. Big fan of the Charleston tweet. Incredible place. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Really want BK to have beef with the play so you could just roast him tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I know. No, he didn't. Biev, though. How about Biev? I don't know why. I got no comment on Biev's activities on that golf week. I no comment. No comment. Nobody needs football back more than Biev. So I'm just going to no comment on Biev until football is back. I don't even know what he was doing. I just don't even know what he was doing. I just had to turn the noties off. I don't know what you're doing. You're cashing Koiven early twice. You bet it. You didn't tell anybody you bet it. What are you doing? Anyways, Koiven, I just loved what I saw from the kid. I really did. There were times I thought for sure. I go, oh, here comes the poop down the pants. It happens all the time. I'll never forget when I had Cam Champ 100-1 and I saw him on TV. I didn't even know what the kid looked like. Again, I could not miss when I first started betting on golf. I could not miss. And I go, oh my God, this is the dude I bet on. And he won the fucking tournament. But as he was playing in the back nine on Sunday, it was really hot. He was getting really fatigued. And he had to like scarf down a turkey sandwich on like the 13th or 14th hole. And I go, oh God, he had a 2-shot, 3-shot lead. He's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. I thought Koiven was going to blow it for sure. But man, that kid's got some stones. He does. He's got some stones. And I don't know what's up with Scotty. I mean, Scotty did fine. Probably should have won if it wasn't for Koiven. But you got to give Koiven some credit, man. There is a chance. There is a chance Jackson Koiven might be a really legit golfer. What do you guys think? That was my first time watching him. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. But there is a fucking chance, man. He was poised. He really was. 61 on Saturday. It's hard to beat. Yep. When are you and Steak going to start football previews, though? This week. He made a couple par putts that were 15 feet and huge. They were huge. Really? Green. You don't think so? That TPC beef. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you don't want to crown him because it wasn't really that difficult of a course. Okay, I'm fine with that. 3M Open, I got to see it at a big-time course. Okay. This is good. This is why I love doing this. This is why I can't just hear myself talk. I like to hear what other people say. Bogey free on Sunday was impressive. Yeah. I thought there were a couple times where he had these shots and there was what was it? Was it a par 4 or 5? He had like I want to say he had like 30 feet for birdie on a par 5. Or maybe it was a par 4. Sorry. I don't know. Anyways, irrelevant. And I'm like, all right, just get it to within 3 feet. Tap this fucker in. And he left the putt really short. He left it really, really short. And it was like 6.5, 7 feet for par. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Scotty just went birdie, birdie, birdie. Heating up like a motherfucker. Jackson Koiven shitting his pants right now. And he made it. He almost even walked it in. And I was like, man, this guy has cold-blooded killer in him. I was impressed. I don't care what golf course it was. I was impressed with Jackson Koiven. So, listen, there will be no Jackson Koiven hate from me. Thank you very much, Jackson Koiven. But I got to tell you right now, that felt good. I want more. You think I'm fucking around? I'm not. I like winning bets. I know the haters. There's plenty of them. Probably watching right now. They love it. They can't stand me, but they can't quit me. And you know what they think? Jeff's a content guy now. He used to be a sports bettor. Now he doesn't even care. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm going to tell you right now, green feels good. It feels so good. I can't tell you how good it felt. You don't understand. You want to know what I do? You want what I do? I look at my picket calendar. I look at my picket chart. And it's, whether you see the green days or you see the little meter that goes like this. And I saw it going up, 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 up. All of July from the World Cup. And then England. Boop. Fucking bitch. Stupid Harry fucking Kane. Boop. All the way down. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. England. Fucking bitch. And then Jackson Koiven came along. And Ben Coles came along. And we went, bloop. Feels good. I want more of it. I need more of it. And you know what I like to do when I win money gambling? Splurge. My wife and I'll go nice dinner, nice hotel, crack open this bottle of Don Julio 1942. You know what I mean? That's why I got the fucking $200 steak at the dinner. I love that shit. So I'm locking in on golf. I don't care how many more slapdick tournaments we have. That felt good. I needed that one. I'm getting in my bag. I'm not saying I'm going back to back, but I'm finding a bag and I'm getting in it. I'm getting in it. You know what I mean? Book of Jeff. Yeah, very funny. What do you think about my Giants, bro? Who's going? San Francisco Giants. Get on that Don Julio Actifulio. Yep, sure, whatever. I don't know. You mean the San Francisco Giants? I really don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. They're fucked, though. The Tigers got to trade Scooball to the Rays. I hope that. Try that Clase Azul. I like Clase Azul. It's a little vanilla. I like Clase Azul. I like it a lot. I don't have a bottle of it. I got the Don Julio right there. A couple of whiskeys. All right. Let's get into the board. Let's talk sports. I think that was enough ranting for today. Monday's the recaps. There was no Monday show. Unfortunately, I was delayed 6 hours yesterday. The flight was scheduled, I think, for like 3:40. It got bumped back to 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, and we didn't even get like a scheduled boarding or departure. It was just like, this is when the next update is. Then it was 6:30, then it was 7:45, then it was 8:30. My wife and I are chilling at the airport. I was like, all right, we're looking at rental cars. I'm looking at the route, looking at hotels. I was like, we're going to have to drive because today's just going to get worse. And sure enough, they came on. They were like, get the fuck on the plane. The gate next to us, they came on. They were like, the pilot is hot to go. Everybody start boarding now. Everybody rushing up, boarding. We got the fuck out of there. Bumpy ass flight the whole time. Doesn't matter. We got in. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? So chill with the deal. Steak is in Scotland. He's trying to make his way back. I hope he's on the plane. He is getting to Boston. His flight already got delayed 2 hours. He's supposed to get to Boston, then he's supposed to get home to Florida. Let me ask you a question. Joey Dumps, you're in here. Let me ask you a question, and then we'll talk about this when Steak is on here too. But, 50th birthday, that's what Steak went out to Scotland for one of his friends. Great idea. Great idea. Love it. I had a client who turned friend. He had a 50th birthday. He rented a castle in England in a town north of London. My wife and I went. It's like a 3-day, 4-day thing, but we made a week of it. We made a trip of it. But I did have one thought, and I told Steak this. He's on the plane. Great. Don't you think it's a little interesting, a week commitment for a friend's birthday? Isn't that a little much? And I am not shitting on anything about the trip. Going to Scotland's fucking awesome. Doing it big for your 50th birthday is awesome. I got no beef. But when he told me he's going to be gone from the 20th to the 28th, I said, oh, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to Scotland for a 50th birthday. I was like, you're a week, 8 days for a birthday? I'm not alone here, am I? Because he's gonna get here tomorrow. I'm going to bring this up. That's a lot. He also hasn't been in Orlando for legit all of July. Yeah, well, that was the other fucking thing, this moron. Oh, I'm going to Savannah for a month to check it out. He's not even there. Got to go to New Smyrna for a fucking birthday. Then he's got to go to Scotland for a week for a birthday. This guy, I tell you, him and Greg, I don't even know where their brains are sometimes. You know the word aloof? You know aloof? Great word. Aloof. These motherfuckers are aloof. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Do you want him to go to Scotland for a day? What kind of Dead Press Carter? What kind of dumbass question is that? That's what I understand with you guys sometimes. People on the internet. It's A or Z. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, now he's a fucking miles counter. 4,000 miles? 4,000 miles? 4,000 miles? What is it? Every 500 miles is 2 days? So it's not Steak's fault. It's not. It's not really anybody's fault. I'm sure people do that all the time. Scotland is a 12-hour visit? No. I am just genuinely curious. I'm glad Steak's here, by the way. I am genuinely curious. This is more of a conversation. This is more of a conversation for just things in general, just like life. You know, we talk about like, oh, weddings are way too fucking expensive. Krabs is flying for engagement parties when you're in the wedding. That to me is insane. This is just a thing people do now. There is no fucking way I am ever getting on a plane to go to your engagement party if I am going to see you at your wedding. There is just no way I am ever doing that. Be in Scotland 5:45. We have the place reserved 6 to 9. I don't know what you're talking about. No, what I'm being smart about is that he can't just go there like any other trip. So yeah, make it a week. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a me guy move for the bride and groom. Okay. Definitely was smart. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about, Dead Press Carter. I don't understand. We can restart. So I wouldn't fly to Europe if it was going for less than a week. So I guess listen, I understand that. I understand. I've told my wife, like, I don't want to travel far unless we're really going to stop and get our money's worth. Okay, wait, is this beef with Steak or the fight? Zero beef with Steak. I want to make that clear. Zero beef with Steak. And it's not even really beef with his buddy. It's not beef with his buddy. I want to make this clear. I think I said this. I'll say it again because you got to repeat yourself sometime. It's not really any beef with anybody. It's just a thing in general. Like I said, like destination weddings. Flying to and having to go to your travel to your engagement party when you're going to see him at the wedding. Stuff like this is just, it just doesn't register to me. It's like, I don't think I would do that. So he's saying who has a birthday week, not even necessarily who has a birthday week. I thought a week is a very long time. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. I thought a week was a very long time to do a trip, even if it's in Europe. I will tell you this. My wife did her bachelorette party in London. I think they left Thursday. So they had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and came back Monday. That sounds normal to me. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days, in my opinion. That sounds normal. I did Circa. Doesn't like the set is normal. No. You guys aren't really understanding. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. A week commitment for a birthday party, a birthday celebration, not party. Has anyone ever had that in their life? And I am just wondering if this is becoming a new norm. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not shitting on Steak because, again, if this got presented to me, I wouldn't say no. Who the fuck's going to say no? A week on a guy's trip in Scotland? Sounds awesome. I just did not know this was even necessarily a thing. Party with your friends is one thing. If you're going to elope and not have a wedding, but yeah. I couldn't agree more. Or expecting a friend or anybody who's not in town to come to your engagement party when you're going to have a wedding. Everybody flies in for your wedding. People don't fly in for your engagement party and then fly back in for your wedding. That's fucking crazy to me. I'm not as mad at the birthday trip compared to the wedding adjacent ones because you realistically have no reason to feel obligated to the birthday trip. I'm sure his buddy. Yeah, no. I am not upset. I want to be clear. I am not upset. 2 minutes left until sports. Fair. But nobody's really giving me a good answer or feedback to my question. They're kind of all over the place. I got Des Preds Carter acting me, telling me, oh, what do you want him to go for one day? What the fuck are you talking about? Week is crazy, but also wouldn't go to Europe for less than a week. See, there's one more thing, though. I think we have to stop saying I wouldn't go to Europe. If you're going to Europe, that's very broad. You know what I mean? Like, you could go to Paris, London, Lisbon. That's the same distance as going to San Francisco. 6 hours. My wife's fucking boss goes to San Francisco for a meeting and comes back in the same day. A week for a birthday is insane. I don't even like to have a 3-hour party for myself. It's a very long time. I miss my family. I don't think it's normal to the average working class. It sounds very bougie. No, we haven't talked about Vita Face. I think DC nailed it. Do you think the San Francisco Giants will keep a rise? I hate flying. If I'm doing that many hours on a plane, I'm going for very fair. You dodged the point that everyone in the chat is agreeing on. What are we talking about? I just said, to me, the normal amount of time is 4 to 5 days. You know what I mean? From New York. Is there a yap today? Very, very funny. Domestic versus international, completely different. It's different. Sure. Yeah, I heard Prague is great. If I have a long flight, I'm just having a super duper Snoop Dogg smoke sesh right before. Interesting. Okay. All right. No, I guess that wasn't a good conversation piece. Nobody gave me good feedback on that, so that's fine. Works like a charm. Okay, that's great. Let's get to the board. Jeff, can we get your opinion on the 49ers keeping journalists quiet on Shanahan? Yeah. Ridiculous. Like, seriously? Seriously? Can we change the title of the stream? What does it say? Yeah, there is no real board review today. Listen, you got to keep in mind, I'm fucking tired. I had a long travel day yesterday. I'm banged up. I just drank 4 days in a row. I'm giving you 2 hours. It ain't great 2 hours. You're just going to take it. You're going to take it. You're going to take it. You're just going to take it and you're going to deal with it. Or you're going to leave. You know what I mean? You got to know when it's a shit argument, Jeff. It's not even really an argument, though. I wasn't trying to make it an argument. I don't really think, maybe I just talked about that the wrong way, and I don't know how else to explain it. Like, if I'm on the other end of this, I thought it was pretty clear what I'm asking. Are week-long celebrations becoming the norm for birthday parties? Do you get what I'm saying now? I don't understand. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is the wrong crowd. I know I have a lot of people in their 20s who can't really resonate with this. So people don't understand how tough entertaining an audience is alone. No, they really don't. And that's okay. I don't know that I'm necessarily entertaining anybody today, but I'm doing what I can, and I am exhausted. Also, not to mention, you guys have to remember, Tuesdays I have a meeting at 9. So I literally talked for 45 minutes before this. I am dying in GTA. I'm not going to repeat it again. I napped 32 minutes of the show. I mean that as a compliment. Great. Week-long B-Day is too much. Same as the crazy gender for reals. Oh, my God. Thank you. Was that so fucking hard? But it's a birthday trip. How often are birthday trips out of the country? You're kind of answering my question with another question. I know. If you're going to make it a birthday, so is that where you stand? If you make it a birthday trip out of the country, you make it for a week, fine. Oh, fucking give me that. Dead press card, I like you. Been around a long time. I'm sorry, but your first response to this was fucking stupid. It was. What do you want him to go over to Europe for a day? When the fuck did I say that? This is what I can't stand sometimes. This is why I need to turn the chat off. This is why I don't understand how you've been around a long time. Like I said, you're a good dude. How, when I could ask, is celebrating someone's birthday for a week the new normal? How is the first thing, your first rebuttal, what do you want him to go for a day? That's absolutely insane. There's 6 days in between. 6 24-hour fucking days. Christ almighty. Yes, Sports Dork, England only a day trip from New York. It's not, but I went for 4 nights and 5 days. It was great. I'd do it to Lisbon. I might even do it again, truthfully. I don't think birthday weeks are common to answer the question. Thank fucking God. I literally had to pull teeth. I had to pull molars, not even the easy baby teeth. I had to pull fucking molars to get some normal responses to my goddamn question. It didn't have to be this way. It did not have to be this way. And you're going to blame me. People are sitting there right now listening to this, rolling their eyes, telling me to shut the fuck up and talk about sports. I could have talked about the board 10 minutes ago if I didn't have fucking jackoffs on the other end of this typing nonsense. Like, what do you want him to go to Scotland for a day? No, never, ever. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Now let's get into the board. Fuck. Oh, now you want to ask questions. Chipper comes in here with stuff planned for the birthday week. We're moving on. I don't give a fuck about a birthday week anymore. But I'm glad it looked like a great time. Scotland looks fucking awesome. I want to go to Edinburgh big time. I can't wait to hear about Steak's trip. The Guinness looked delicious. The bars sound amazing. I didn't really see many bars. Listen, Steak's doing a good job with content. I would have preferred to see a few more bars, in my opinion, but did a great job. I'm glad he's on his way home. I hope he travels fucking safely. I hope he gets here tomorrow and he's ready to go, but he's going to be banged up. Not going to get the best of him either. Give us a fucking second. Christ almighty. Chill, Jeff. Let's make some bread. What do you think that comment's going to make me do? Chill, Jeff. Let's make some bread. Am I the guy who fucking makes bread? Am I the kind of guy you listen to make bread? You think that's how you're going to get me to lock in? Tell me to chill because we're going to make some fucking bread? You got to be out of your goddamn mind, Chill with Dill. Chill, let's make some bread. I can't stand saying like that. I can't stand that. Let's make some bread? Who fucking talks like that? Rise and grind, let's get this money, let's kill the bookmaker. What the fuck? No. I don't even understand. You guys fucking listen to me talk. Does anybody listen? Does anybody pay attention? I swear to God, all of your fucking brains are mush. And not even fucking real mashed potatoes. Instant mashed potatoes. Do you know what those are? They're in a fucking bag. They're powder. You pour them in a bowl with some water. You put it in a microwave. How do I know? Because I ate them when I was like 20 years old thinking I was being healthy. It was disgusting. That is your brains. Chill, Unc. Let's make bread. When have you ever fucking heard me talk like that? That's how you're going to get me to talk about the fucking board? And yeah, I got the chat off. I can't look at the chat anymore. I can't look at the chat. You think I'm off my game today? You're off your fucking game today. All of you. Except maybe Esto. I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Some Snoop Dogg smoke session before a long flight. I don't know what he's talking about, but it was easy on the fucking ears. God almighty. I don't need a bump. I don't need a fucking bump. That's the last thing I need. You know what I need? I'll take a piece of like fucking something to calm me. A pie. I'll take a slice of pie. Like Mel Kiper. You know Mel Kiper, that fucking weirdo? He eats a slice of apple or pumpkin pie every day. Weird fuck. That sounds nice right now. With no fucking chat in front of me. Nothing. I just can't believe this. I can't believe a simple question about like, hey guys, they're going somewhere for a week to celebrate your friend's birthday. I can't believe it took 17 minutes for you to understand what I was asking. I can't believe it. And I got some people into a shit argument. Let's make bread. I can't even say that without my skin crawling. First fucking thing I see up here when I pull up Pickett is the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics. I saw the fucking bottom line on ESPN today. The Connecticut Sun are like 7-20. This is what you guys want me to talk about probably. Hey, do you like the Connecticut Sun plus 7.5 today? If you're betting the fucking Connecticut Sun plus 7.5 today, you know what you need to do? You need to take a walk. You need to take a walk. I'm not kidding. I'm not being funny. I'm not being silly. I'm not clip farming. There we go. Biev's probably sitting in his fucking chair. Here he goes, clip farming. Oh, rage betting, banger hunting. Can't do anything without getting accused. If you're trying to find something to do today and you say, you know what? I want to find an angle in the Connecticut Sun who are 7-20 in last place in their fucking division. How do I know that? It was on the bottom line. Not talking about the WNBA. Talk about baseball. It's 11:35. These fucking guys. Anyways, the Cleveland Guardians are playing the Cincinnati Reds. Now I am going to talk about sports. And I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not. I'm done. I'm fucking done with the chat. Done with you guys today. I will tell you this. I am going to gamble. All right, I opened the chat up. Snowman. Jeff, it's a doubleheader. Thanks. This makes me happy. If you pissed off 99% of the chat, just know you made one guy's day. Great. I will bet on in this Cleveland Guardians Cincinnati Reds game. Pickett says there's $1.4 million wagered on this game. Wow. You got Chase Burns going. Totals at 9. So there's shit weather in the Midwest too? Is that what you're telling me? There's shit weather in the Midwest? Or there was yesterday at least? The Reds are minus 160. The total's at 9. Cleveland is 3-7 in their last 10. They kind of suck. Barely above 500. I don't know what the Reds are doing. I really don't. They're 6-4 in their last 10 though. Are they sellers? Now I'm going to open the chat. I want to see what you guys have to say. Can you fucking say something worth a shit? Make sure I'm crystal clear on this. The Reds sellers. What do you do if you're the Reds? You got pieces. You got guys. Yeah. I thought you would have more content on your trip in South Carolina. I only saw you shop and drink a new espresso martini. Thoughts? Yeah. I was with some family, so I wanted to lock in and not detach myself. I don't. By the way, if that's a rebuttal for what I said about steak, I thought steak was. I wanted steak to detach and lock in for football. The only thing I wanted more of was maybe just 1 or 2 pictures of bars, pubs, not even bars, pubs. That's it. But I thought he did great. Shut it down. That's kind of what I try to do. I don't want to be on my phone. You know what I mean? You got to be present, dude. You got to be present. You got to be present. You'll learn that when you get older. Or you can listen to me now if you want to. But also, if you're in your 20s, you don't really need to be present. Do whatever you want. Have fun. What are your thoughts on the NFL? Is my sports tweets coming? I can't. Yeah, I can't with you guys. I'm turning you off. I have one thought about this game, and I'm going to tell it to you. I think Stephen Kwan, since he broke up fucking Jared Jones' 9 2/3 perfect innings, has been one of the hottest hitters in baseball. I think I pointed that out, and I think I have yet to wager on him. So there I go again, just talking about dudes who look like they're locked in and not making any money off of it. That's great. That's my new MO. I'm a fucking loser. So, okay. The Guardians have lost 5 games in a row, fresh off a sweep against the Tampa Bay Rays, and their back-to-back games getting shut out. If Stephen Kwan has cooled off, I am fine staying away from him. He was 1 for 4 in his last game with a double. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Stephen Kwan's got to get played. I'm a big Stephen Kwan guy. I am, and you know what? I always have been. Listen to these last couple of games from Stephen Kwan. My God, are you kidding me? This guy's out of his fucking mind. He had 1 hitless day. It's probably the day I bet on him. 3 for 5, 2 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4 with a double. He's not really getting any RBIs. He's not really scoring any runs, so it's really hard what to decide on what to get for him. Got to be bases. It's got to be bases. Stephen Kwan bases. Put it on my card. Put it on my card. And you know what? How about this? I'm being president of the pool, also air potty on the stream. Love that. Enjoy it. Rays called up loose. That's a good one. Lou Sassel. Sounds like loose asshole. That is good. That's good. I will tip cap. That is good. Did you make that up? That was good. You almost got me. And especially with the Rays called up. You got to give me a little credit, though. I didn't fall for it. Got to give me a little credit there. Yeah, I know. I should have gone back to not reading the chat. You have a list of 30 names. That's great. So there's 29 more? That was a really good one. Shit. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Kilo Hotel and YouTube. This guy wants to lock in. Thank goodness. Cleveland, Cincy doubleheader today. Yesterday's series opener postponed. That's right. I guess there was bad weather in the Midwest too. All right, here we go. This is funny. I didn't do this. Had a cleaning lady come while we were gone. I think the cleaning lady put these and made a little face. If you see that, I didn't do that. Never mind. I don't have my markers, and I'm not getting up to go get them. Stephen Kwan bases. That's what I'm going to play. You can play whatever you want. You can get that bread. Make that bread. Okay. Stephen Kwan, bread maker. Also kind of interesting. He's not popular today. Is he playing? That's weird. I don't even know if he's playing. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Okay. Let's go to, other than that, you can't fade Chase Burns, right? You can't fade Chase Burns. But is 160 the right line? Seems like it could be a little short. Chase Burns gets a lot of respect, and he should. What do we know about Chase Burns? Maybe we got eyes on him. Is this game going to play, or is there shitty weather? He's, let's see, 23 years old, 6'3", 210 from Naples, Italy? No way. Did you guys know Chase Burns is from Naples, Italy? I hope Covers is telling me the right shit. Went to Wake Forest. Yeah, he had one bad game against the Pirates. Go figure. You got him with the 102nd pick in my fantasy. Best pick by far. Nice. Good for you. Burns been ass lately at K's. Okay. Snowman, I saw you've had a couple bad beats recently, man. That sucks. Let's move on from this game. We've got the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bubba Chandler going. Bubba. Against the Diamondbacks. What are the Diamondbacks up to? Have they been a pesky squad? Let's see. Well, the D-backs have lost 3 in a row. I think it's been rumored that they might be sellers. Yep. I have heard that. You know, I think I've decided something. I think the Pirates are a team that I don't want to bet against very often. So they lost a series against the Cubs. They lost a series against the Yankees. Not great. But before that, they swept the Brewers. They won the series against the Guardians. They had a 6-game road trip. You know, the Cubs are heating up. That's tough. But they got that last game win, which was big, 8-7. And then they won 3-2. Yeah, Rav, I'm kind of with you. And I know you're a biased fan, and you're just going to say that probably anytime, but I'm kind of with you. I don't want to bet against the Pirates. My only question is this. Does the 9 total look high? It does, doesn't it? It does look a little high. I know I answered my own question before you guys did, but I don't know what the fuck you all are doing in chat today, so I'm just gonna keep it moving and have a conversation with myself if that's what it takes. Let's look at Bubba Chandler's numbers here. Well, 18 plate appearances, batting 154 are the Diamondbacks. The Pirates hit fat really well. 35 plate appearances, 313 average, expected 329, low K rate. Oh boy. I know what I need. I need me a Pirates hitter. Who better to go to than my trusty steed, Brian Reynolds. It is Stephen Kwan and Brian Reynolds Day. Let me go look. Did Brian Reynolds do anything yesterday? I believe the Pirates had a walk-off from Biev. I saw it on the plane. No big deal. Bubba has been great. Fat has been nails. I think 9 is high. Yeah, me too. Biev hits, runs, and RBIs. Yep, okay. It's a normal line. Wind is blowing out. Ryan O'Hearn, okay. There we go. You guys are locking in. That's what I like to see. Reynolds, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Brandon Lau was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Good God. Okay, so. Okay. System play. I got a new system. I just made it up right now. Thank you for listening. Pay attention. 1 for 4 in the last 2 games. Brian Reynolds is not a hot dude. He is not. However, back-to-back doubles. When a guy starts hitting, when he makes contact and it goes far, double. You know what's next? Home run. Brian Reynolds, home run. What is he? Go to pick it right now. Bubba Chandler strikeouts over 4.5 is plus 148 on the green book. Gerald Perdomo is pretty popular. Ryan O'Hearn single is minus 114. Brandon Lau home run is plus 390. It's very popular. I don't see my guy on here at all on Pickett. Let me see. By player. Brian Reynolds. There he is. Over half home run is 5-1. Put it on my card. Quan bases. Reynolds bases. No 1,000. 2,000 on it. If it hits, treat yourself to a week in Scotland. Very funny. Valdez got hit by pitch yesterday. Probably not going to be in the lineup. Good to know. Thank you, Wade and Betts. Appreciate that. Double check before punching Belau in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. That's what I'm going to do. I like Reynolds in that game. Rays, Griffin Jacks against the Texas Rangers. Uh-oh. We got a big problem here, guys. The Texas Rangers, they're 5-5 in their last 10. That's a team that Steak and I both talked about potentially heating up. I think I saw POD Pete has them to win the division. Good bet. He got a good number. He got like plus 235. I didn't get that. I didn't take it, but that's not even what was offered. Cal is ass, but Durant is hot. Okay. Rays are minus 175. This is trouble. Jock Peterson. Yep. He's been hitting home runs left and right, hasn't he? Is Wyatt Langford still a pretty hot guy? Let's see. Let's see if Wyatt Langford qualifies as a hot dude. Rangers won 3 of their last 4. Beat the Mariners. I'm so fucking sick and tired of the stupid fraudulent Mariners. What a stupid team. I mean, seriously. Langford, 0 for 4 yesterday. Nimmo's 2 for 4. I like Nimmo, man. He had a double. Yep, Jock had a home run. Jock had 2 home runs. Jock home run. There it is. Brian Reynolds, Jock Peterson, home runs. Yeah, they are. They're big fat fucking frauds. Sick of them. Easy. Which I hate to admit because it's against my Rays. I would not be fading Tampa. I just don't think it's smart to fade Tampa at home. They're 38-15 at home. I don't necessarily want to lay minus 175 on them either, personally. So, yeah, hot dude, Jock. Yep, Mariners are fucking trash. They somehow still get line respect, but never deserve it. They're the worst team in baseball. Swoller Bear, you're so right, dude. I don't understand what it is, man, but they always get line respect. The odds makers love the Mariners. It's crazy. I don't like that. Durant has gone back-to-back home runs, too, on like a 7-game hit streak, but Ray's scary. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're talking about Durant, Ezekiel Durant? I thought you were talking about Jared on the Red Sox. Okay. What's up with Goots' Orioles? Melton, minus 140. Good pitcher. Really good pitcher. Orioles won 8-5. They've kind of cooled down a little bit. 3-4 in their last 7. Lost a series to the Braves. Hard fought, though. Every game was decided by 1 run. Fought their ass off against the Red Sox. So this is not a team that I want to fade. They had a nice win yesterday. Kyle Bradish pitched. Everybody loves Kyle Bradish in Baltimore. We all know that. Don't say anything bad about him. Melton is minus 190. The total is 9 here. Dean Kremer is on the bump. I'll go ahead and say it. I know that the Tigers are kind of ass. That line's a little short for Melton because he's been that good. Talk about a guy that gets no line respect. Kramer. None. Kramer. Goots, I don't know if you're in here, but I got good news for you, brother. I think it is your Baltimore Orioles today. Yep. I do.
Bang.
Mm-hmm. I think it is the Baltimore Orioles today. And if it is the Baltimore Orioles, let's see if anybody lines up well. Well, I got to say, I'll let him save it for BTL, but Goots is in his bag whenever he gives a Orioles guy. All right, here we go. Oh, boy. It's only 19 plate appearances for the Orioles against Melton. 31% K rate, 0.056 average. Good God. Kramer. Tigers are 265 against him. Yeah, I'm not getting cute with any hitters, but I do think that it might be the Orioles today. Let's go with Miami. Sandy Alcantara. Marlins finally broke their losing streak. I think they lost 12 in a row. They won last night with a walk-off against the Phillies. I looked at that line. I like the Phillies. That was a fat line for the Phillies on the road. It sure was. Now you got Alcantara going against Nola, and everybody says it. Nola's not very good. He's got a 5.83 ERA. It's not even really anything that I think is going to get a change. I think Nola's just probably regressed, kind of like Gosman. Sorry, but Gosman stinks. Nola stinks. They're done. Done. Total's at 8. I don't like anything in this one. Don't like anything at all. I mean, you either want to bet on the Marlins to right all their wrongs, you know? Yeah, you think Miami mucks chow? They might. The problem is, though, when it gets a little bit scary, the Phillies might be in a contrarian spot today, if you think about it, because nobody likes Nola. People like Alcantara, you know? Just something to think about. Yeah, cat meat. Exactly. That's what everybody says. The Nationals against the Blue Jays, the sad, pathetic Blue Jays, 49-58. Give it up, Toronto. Give it up. Sell. Total in this one's 9. Pretty high. Actually, really high. I don't know if this game's going to get played, though. Got to be a lot of shit weather in the entire Northeast. So I don't want to get 2 balls deep in this one. Let's go look at RotoWire. They've got the rain percentages there. Yeah, Washington, 81%. We're not going to talk about that. Mets, we're not going to talk about that. Cincinnati doubleheader, we're not going to talk about that. Let's go down to Chicago. White Sox. What do we think about this one? The White Sox, Anthony K. lefty going against Garrett Cole. Man, the Yankees are a disaster. So much for my win total over, I guess, huh? 60-46. Looking so good and starting the season. Now Judge is out. Stanton never fucking plays. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He's always something wrong with him. Always. What was his name? Cody Bellinger is out. Jazz Chisholm. Seriously. Jazz Chisholm's been good. You know? Cole due for a great road start. I don't want to play that game, Eric. I don't want to play that game. Lone says square over. Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this at all. Total's at 8. Yankees are minus 120 in the south side of Chicago. Oh, boy. Cole's 3-5 with a 3.92 ERA. Anthony K 7-4 with a 4.21 ERA. Line feels right. Somebody has to step up in that Yankees lineup. That's the only way I would play this. Ben Rice 1 for 2. Ahmad Rosario. Jesus, I forgot about that guy. Anthony Volpe's got a hit with a triple against K. Could it be Anthony Volpe? Oh, my God. Could you imagine? Dude, seriously. Could you imagine if Anthony Volpe steps up? Somebody's got to step up for the Yankees, guys. This is an opportunity. The Yankees scored 9 runs yesterday. Let's see who did it. Volpe was 1 for 4 with a double. Jason Dominguez, 2 for 5. Goldschmidt, 1 for 4. Rice, 2 for 4. Jazz, man. Jazz, 2 for 4. Shit. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm going to take some home runs today. I think I might take Jazz. How is Anthony K against lefties, though? Let me see. Collect 7th win. I don't want to be fading. I don't want to be fading the White Sox too much, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Hold on. I got to see the splits. Taking me a second here. Okay, here we go. No, I'm not taking a lefty against K. Lefties are 190 against K. Righties are 276. Not taking a lefty. Not a single home run in Toronto for Vlad is wild. Yeah, no shit, dude. Seriously. Twins, Taj Bradley against the, oh my God, the Royals are 7-3 in their last 10. Holy shit. So this is an interesting game. Another 9 total with the Royals and the Twins. This feels like an over, doesn't it? These totals are high. Cody Clemens, right? Cody Clemens is hot. Cody Clemens feels like a hot dude. Milwaukee minus 1.5. No. It's the Reds today. Maybe. Could be. I know it's Stephen Kwan. Okay, so the Twins have really seen a lot of Seth Lugo. Low K rate, batting .283 and 99 plate appearances. Oh my God. Cody Clemens is 4 for 6 with 3 home runs against Lugo. Holy shit. Victor Caratini? Jesus. I don't even know who that guy is. Dude, Cody Clemens might be the most corp guy of the day if you think about it. Red hot and has good numbers against this guy. Yeah, could be Cody Clemens. St. Louis, McGreevy, and Chicago. Why I get a text saying I got chirped on here? Chewy, you didn't get chirped on here. I said somebody was too busy doing bed flips or something like Chewy. No offense. Talking about cornfields. You're good. Jeffers too? Okay. Yep. Probably, man, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game across the board, but I mean, the 9 total looks high in Washington. I know that game's going to get rated out. The 9 total looks high in Minnesota. Makes me think there's going to be runs. The 9 total looks high in Pittsburgh. You know? No, I'm not going to play that game. Chicago and St. Louis. Colin Rea against Cardinals. That looks like a short line. Don't you think? Chicago minus 110. Cardinals team is 2-8 in their last 10. But we did talk about this. This could be fake sharp. Did talk about the Cardinals hitting a skid coming out in the second half, and they sure fucking are. I haven't been fading them, though, unfortunately. They lost a series against the Reds. They had one game against the Diamondbacks. They lost 10-6. Lost yesterday to the Cubs 7-3. The Cardinals could be fake sharp. They could be the fake sharp play of the day. Yeah, Cardinals should sell. Angels, total 8.5 here. Reed Detmers is going. Lefty. You know what? The Angels just are annoying. Mariah Lambert's pitching for the Astros, minus 105. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Well, this looks like a weird line, too. Doesn't Houston look easy? So one of these dogs is winning. Or not dogs, but one of these home teams is winning. St. Louis or the Angels. I don't know which one it is. One of them fake sharp. One of them's coming through. Because Houston's on a fucking heater right now. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. Pick them against the Angels. Give me a break. It'll be back tomorrow. Jeremy Pena, the definition of a hot dude. Easy button to click, especially against a lefty. He's 8-20. Okay. Yeah, I know. Guy's a fucking loser. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say there, guys, other than I think it's the Cardinals or the Angels. You know what you do? I know what you do. Reverse run line, one of those. I might do that. It's going to be one of those teams. And might as well, to get them both at a plus price, to arbitrage it, you take them both on the reverse run line. That's what I'm going to do. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that. Okay. All right, I got a card today. I like it. I like the way it's shaping up. The A's, Shea Langoliers, potentially out for the season. My guy, 3 more home runs, hit his season-long fucking prop, 100 games in. Are you kidding me? Horse shit. Done for the year officially. Can't get your fucking break. Can't get your fucking break. Talk about making the call. The books are on to me. I know they are. Sorry, Jeff, that's brutal. Yeah. Is it official? I thought he said he might miss the rest of the year. It's official? Fucking bitch. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. It's official. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, well, that's game you play. It's game you play. Player props, season-long player props. Yeah, that sucks. He was right there. Ay. Torn meniscus, dude. Man. You just cannot fade the Boston Red Sox, unfortunately. Gage Jump is coming off of a game I think that wasn't very he wasn't very good in. You want to do the bounce back game? You can. I'm going to sit on the sideline on this one. Michael King's going. I love Michael King. Love him. Excuse me. Watched his last start. Bet on his last start. Hold on. He's going against the Colorado Rockies now. Jesus. Hold on. So Michael King, he concerns me a little bit against lefties. Who they got? Jake McCarthy, Moniak, Rumfeld, Cole Carrig. Lorenzen's the worst pitcher in baseball. Yeah. I mean, this could be a day Michael King just absolutely fucking shoves. against the Rockies. 34 plate appearances. They're batting 138 against him. My God. Michael King. Michael King. You know what I'll do with Michael King? 3 up, 3 down. That's what I'm doing. 3 up, 3 down. Michael King walked the first 3 batters against the Braves. Remember that? How's that for a pitcher bounce back game? Just targeting the first whatever you call it, the first inning. Yeah. Padres minus 205. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think it's the Rockies today. But the Padres should also probably be sellers, right? Yeah, I think he should. That was kind of my lean with his last game. I thought it was going to be an audition. I thought it was going to be an audition for the trade market, and I want the Rays to go get him. I think he's a really, really good pitcher. I love his sweeper, especially against righties. Landon Roop's going. Talk about another good pitcher. Landon Roop is really good, and Landon Roop gets respect. And because of that, it kind of makes me think that, you know what? Minus 145 for the Brewers on the road is actually a pretty fat line. Could be the Brewers, or it could just be the over. Maybe it's the over. Logan Henderson's been good. Roop's been good. Seems like an obvious under, doesn't it? I feel like this is a rhetorical question, Rando. You've been around here a long time, and I always shit on cards. No, I'm not. But I'm not gonna keep. We have a lot of people in this community and on Book It and Steak and everybody that like cards. So I'm not gonna shit on cards. I'll just stop talking about them. Not my thing. Not for me. You know what? It might be the Giants over. I think that's what it'll be. As a Giants fan, Roop is due for a bad game. You might be right. Yeah, okay. Seattle and the Dodgers. Wroblewski's going. Wroblewski, good pitcher. Fuck the Mariners, dude. Fuck the Mariners. Fuck them. Somebody from the Dodgers is taking Luis Castillo yard tonight. Not once, but twice. Somebody. Let's see who it could be. 108 plate appearances. Tommy Edman. No, who could it be? Kyle Tucker. 4 for 15 with 2 home runs. Kyle Tucker. How's Kyle Tucker been? Bad, right? Let's see what Kyle Tucker's been doing. Kyle Tucker, lefty. He was 0 for 3, but before that he was 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 for 3 with a home run. Oh yeah, Kyle Tucker. I've got guys tonight. I'm going to bring it back for you. It's over 12 o'clock, 2 hours strong, solo, banged up, tired, don't matter. Gave you the best I could. It wasn't very good, but I gave you the best I could. Stop relying on BVP. Can't wait for the day people stop relying on BVP. Is that a shot at me? I don't rely on BVP. Or are you just saying in general? I don't rely on BVP. I mean, I'll look at it. I'll look at everything. Charleston game? Yeah, this was the Charleston game. Yeah. I'm tired. All right. Cincinnati, Cleveland, 140. It's Stephen Kwan bases. Para me. Pittsburgh, Arizona. It's Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds for me. Okay. You guys remember this? Yep. You're a little gassy. Yeah, I am gassy. I don't know what's going on. I got something stuck in my throat. I don't know. I.e. hurtful. I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. It's probably Jock Peterson again for the Rangers. I think it's the Orioles, but I'm not going to target a batter because I respect Melton. I don't know what to think about the Phillies and the Marlins. Washington, Toronto's going to get rained out, in my opinion. Mets, Braves going to get rained out, in my opinion. Nothing for me on the doubleheader with the Guardians. Yankees, I think it's going to be, who did I say? It's going to be a Yankees hitter. Somebody's going to step up. Not Jazz. I don't want a lefty on lefty. That's BVP. I don't care. If you want to play him, go ahead. Do whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck. Hope you enjoy the vacation. 5 weeks till football. Yep, thank you very much. Yeah, the BVB truthers just don't get it. Yeah. Didn't realize you are a weatherman. I'm not a weatherman. I'm not playing that game either. What are you talking about? I spent 15 minutes telling you about how fucked the travel is around here. It's not like it's some myth. This isn't Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. There's bad storms all over the place. It's gonna rain. So I'm just saying, if there's a game that says 80% chance of rain, and I'm up here running on fumes 2 hours in, I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. I don't know what to think about this Twins game other than that the 9 total is pretty high. Cody Clemens is very obvious if you're into that kind of stuff. 4 for 6 with a home run against Lugo. Very, very hot guy. Hot dude. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you here for the Yankees, Don't be surprised if it's somebody that we don't really expect. Maybe Anthony Volpe. You know, I'm not a Volpe guy, but I am just saying. Could be a guy you don't really expect. Cubs and Cardinals, I got nothing. Cardinals or the Angels, one of them fake sharp, reverse run line, arbitrage. Maybe that's what I'll do. A's and Red Sox, nothing. You guys, I mean, again, don't fade the Red Sox. It's probably not a smart thing to do. If you want to talk about Kurtz, I don't know if there's any hot dudes in this game. Go ahead. Total's 10. I like Michael King. He's pitching for the Padres tonight. Probably going to be a guy that I target. And then Landon Roop is going for the Giants against Henderson and the Brewers. I think that it's an obvious under. I'm going to take this over. I've actually had some pretty good success with this. And then Dodgers Mariners. Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker's going home, going yard tonight. He might even go twice. I don't know who that is. Walker. I don't know who that is. Next time you trip to Charleston, head to Kauai or Seabrook Island. Great restaurants and shopping in the Freshfields Village. Beautiful golf courses. Yeah, I'll go there again. We'll rent a car. We'll explore a little bit more. Great time. All right, guys. Good show today. We did the best we could. I got to shut it down. Hopefully, Steak will be here tomorrow. We'll see. He's on his flight right now en route to Boston. Hopefully, he makes it. And enjoy your day. BTL on at 12:30. Yap on at 2 o'clock. Stick around. Make sure to like and sub if you're on YouTube. Follow the pages. We got football right around the corner. I know everybody's fired up, but we are still, Jeff Sunday is still a baseball guy through and through. All right. Good luck on all your wagers. I will see you out. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.